10 years is not a long time. It is long enough to finish a degree, build a career, raise a child through their first decade of life. But in the context of a human lifetime, it is a single chapter, one season of a much longer story. And most people, looking back at any given 10-year period in their lives, are struck less by how much changed and by how much stayed the same. The same habits, the same spending patterns, the same relationship with money they had at the beginning, slightly more expensive and no more examined. But there is a version of the next 10 years that looks completely different from that. A version where one set of rules, simple rules, old rules, rules so unglamorous they barely qualify as strategy, is applied consistently, without exception, for 10 consecutive years. And at the end of those 10 years, the person who applied them is living a life that the person who did not cannot reach by working harder, earning more, or wanting it more desperately. That version of the next 10 years is what this video is about. Stay with me until the end, because the final rule is the one that takes the longest to understand and produces the most dramatic change in the final years of the decade. Not the first. The change it creates is invisible for years, and then, suddenly, it is not. That rule is coming at the end. Do not skip ahead. Let's get into it. Rule 1. Spend less than you earn. Always, without exception. This is so simple it sounds patronizing to say out loud. And yet the majority of households in every developed economy consistently spend at or beyond their income, funded by consumer credit that costs them significantly more than the things it purchased were worth by the time the balance is cleared. The minimalist money rule is not about spending as little as possible. It is about spending less than you earn, always, in every month, in every year, regardless of what the month or year brings. Not most months. Every month. The consistency is the point. In year 1, the gap between income and spending is modest, perhaps 10%, perhaps 15%. The amount saved feels small, and the sacrifice required to save it feels disproportionate to the result. This is normal. This is the point at which most people abandon the rule, because the early returns do not justify the effort in any time frame the human brain finds motivating. The people who keep going discover something in year 3 that the people who stopped in year 1 never find out. The gap widens without effort as the habit of living below your means becomes a default rather than a discipline. By year 5, the savings rate has increased not because income has necessarily grown dramatically, but because the lifestyle that felt like sacrifice in year 1 has become simply the life. The desire to expand spending to match income, lifestyle inflation, the silent wealth killer, has been interrupted long enough to lose its grip. By year 10, the person living this rule has a savings rate that would have seemed impossible to them a decade earlier, and the money that accumulated in the gap between income and spending has been working for them the entire time. Rule 2. Own less, deliberately. Minimalist money is not just about saving. It is about the active reduction of financial obligations that consume income before savings are possible. Every subscription is a decision. Every monthly payment is a commitment. Every possession that requires insurance, maintenance, storage, or replacement is a financial obligation that persists beyond the original purchase decision. Most people accumulate these obligations gradually and unconsciously, adding new ones without removing old ones, until a significant portion of their monthly income is committed before they make a single discretionary choice. The minimalist money practitioner audits these obligations annually. They ask, for every recurring cost, does this earn its place in my life at this price? Is there a version of this that costs less and serves the same function? Is there a version of this where I own less and spend less and lose nothing I actually value? The annual savings produced by this audit accumulate quietly over a decade. The subscriptions canceled, the memberships lapsed, the second car sold, the storage unit cleared and closed. None of these feel like significant financial events individually. Compounded over 10 years, they represent tens of thousands of dollars redirected from consumption into accumulation. Owning less also produces something that is hard to quantify, but equally real: simplicity. The reduction of the low-level cognitive load of managing, maintaining, insuring, and thinking about possessions that do not add proportional value to daily life. The minimalist money practitioner, by year 10, is not just wealthier than their previous self. They are less burdened. And the two things are not coincidental. Rule 3. Make decisions slowly. Most financial damage is done quickly. The car bought on impulse after a difficult week. The house purchased at the top of the budget because the bidding war created urgency. The investment made because someone trusted talked about it with conviction at a dinner party. The subscription started because canceling the free trial required a phone call, and the moment passed. The minimalist money rule on decisions is a single imposed delay. Any financial commitment above a threshold, whatever threshold makes sense for your income, Wait 72 hours before being acted on, not to research it, not to justify it, simply to wait and see whether the desire survives the passage of time without the emotional context that created it. Most desires do not survive 72 hours, not because they were wrong desires, but because desires are frequently generated by context, advertising, social comparison, a moment of stress or celebration or boredom, and when the context changes, the desire recedes with it. Over 10 years, the purchases not made by applying the single rule represent an amount that is genuinely shocking to calculate. The minimalist money practitioner does not feel the absence of these purchases because desire that is not acted on is quickly replaced by new desire. What they feel instead, eventually, is the cumulative effect of a decade of preserved capital. Rule 4. Build wealth you cannot see. And here's the rule I promised you, the one that is invisible for years and then suddenly is not. The minimalist money practitioner does not keep their wealth where they can see it. They do not track their investment portfolio daily. They do not watch the balance and feel its fluctuations as emotional events. They invest automatically, consistently, into instruments that require no management and no attention. And they deliberately make access to that wealth inconvenient, not impossible, inconvenient. A separate brokerage account, a pension fund that requires paperwork to touch, a structure that introduces enough friction between the impulse to spend accumulated capital and the ability to actually do it that most impulses dissolve before the friction is overcome. The reason this rule produces the most dramatic change in the final years of the decade is compounding. The wealth that has been accumulating invisibly for 7 or 8 years has reached a size at which its annual growth begins to exceed the annual contributions made to it. The portfolio is now growing faster from investment returns than from new money added. The engine has reached the speed at which it sustains itself. Most people never reach this point, not because they cannot earn enough or save enough, because they looked at the balance in year 3 when it was modest and withdrew it for something that felt more urgent, because the wealth was visible and accessible and the friction between impulse and action was low enough to overcome. The minimalist money practitioner made it invisible, made it inconvenient, left it alone for 10 years. And in year 10, the invisible wealth becomes visible, not all at once, not dramatically, simply as the quiet, compounding reality of a decade of decisions that most people around them did not make, and a financial life that most people around them cannot reach, regardless of how hard they work or how much they earn. 10 years. 4 rules. The life on the other side of them is not louder or more impressive or more photogenic than the life before them. It is simply free. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.